want to show you a particular technique that I find very useful for places like this, hard to reach places in the end grain when it's a little bit undercut. This sort of thing here is fairly easy to get at, but here in the end grain that often causes a lot of problems. The technique I'm going to show you is called, or I call it rather, hoicking, which is a British term for like hooking, or going in and hooking out quickly, whatever it is. It might be a fish from a pond, but in this case it's going to be a bit of the shaving. So I'm going to mock up a piece of wood and show you how I do it. It's not the end of everything. You will sometimes find with a deep undercut that you need to use a bent tool, a short bent tool, to really reach in. But I'll show you the basic principle, and you should really practice this and adapt it to different circumstances. Here's the mock-up of the end of this fish with a bit of an undercut going on here. And it's really this bit here that I'm interested in. So what I will have done is going across the grain as I normally recommend, remove the background down to a sort of working level, and then when I get there I start leveling it off with a gouge going across the grain like this. So I'm just skimming to a finished surface. Now as I get here, what's going to happen is this corner is going to get in the way of going across, so I'm going to want to come more and more this way, and if I do, the problem often is that the grain is rising like this out of the wood. So you'd be going against the grain here. So often you can't go in this direction. This is into the end grain of the wood. So this is where this technique comes in. So what I'm doing is I'm still going across the grain, but I'm using the corner here, just the corner, to sort of do this little sort of lifting motion like this. And this is what I'm calling hoicking. I'm not actually doing more than using just this bottom bit here, but you see I'm just with that corner coming across and going in, undercut, and just pulling it out like this. So I'm going across the grain still, but just lifting that grain, lifting those fibres. And then of course I would be coming down here to finish off the undercut. A tool with a bit of a corner is quite good, like an Allen G or a fishtail shape. So I'm going across still, but I'm just lifting in there like that. And between the two cuts, I'll end up with a nice junction. And even if I was coming in more in this direction, if I make small slicing cuts, you can do that against the grains. It's just that little bit of the tool getting in there.